Like, what the fuck? Is he like pouring cereal out there? What is he doing?
Honey, we'll empty the rest of the sandbags onto the carpet later. Like, what the fuck are they doing in there? A DIY beach in the upstairs?
I was just about to say they're getting a mud wrestling pit together in the middle of the living room.
Dude, this is really, really fucking fun. Oh my god.
It really is. I'm happy you're enjoying it.
Sounded like Paul just spray vomited on the floor. I guess he's back.
I'm keeping that in the show.
What?
We heard you spray vomit. Just
I didn't record it. I had my recording paused.
This is A Kettle of Fish. Be sure to subscribe and listen to each episode at akettleoffishpodcast.com or your favorite podcast app. Here are your hosts, Robert and Paul.
I don't like to brag, but I got pretty swole off of sugar. So I'm 186 pounds.
Are you actually?
Yeah, I'm 186.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I got
but
that.
not in the good way.
No, well, so it's funny because it's a little half and half because I still like work out, but I also eat horrible. So I've got like a proto dad bod. Like I'm not a dad, but you know, if I became a father, it would just push it. Like if I started drinking and or became a father, it would just push right over that edge. And
yeah,
you'd go full
You'd have
dad
that
bod.
hard gut. The gut that's like, it's
Yeah.
not like a soft teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's like you could knock somebody out with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's weird,
Just-
and I hate it. I'm like, yeah, I look like Chris Pratt. You know,
Oh god.
like it's bad.
Paul,
Robert, I'm
listen-
not gonna lie to you. I did just start recording, so I
Oh, boy.
no.
Oh boy.
I think we missed maybe the first 5 minutes?
18 minutes.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're like
Well.
20 minutes.
I've been recording for 2 minutes. So.
No, we gotta do it all
Hey, but you
over
had Craig. So Craig.
because
will
I
be
don't think Craig started recording. Did he?
Oh
No?
God, no, because I
Well,
never
Paul said
heard.
he's recording.
I'm recording me. I'm.
Yeah, we it's a native recording.
Would you like to retell your entire story?
No. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Criminology degree, worked in the state attorney's office, got a dude out. Woohoo, pog. Fucking coffee shop. Now I'm swole. All right, run
All
it.
right. Fantastic.
Welcome to the podcast,
Welcome.
fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh
We've been-
my god.
We'll have to put in like context clues, like have like a robot just kind of like read off your lines or something like.
God.
Well, welcome to the show, everyone. This is all episode 59.
We're off to a great start. I
Just
love
look, I don't know how hard it would be to like record a 30-second thing and be like, look, so we brought this guy on, Tyler, okay?
it. It's
You
not.
fucked it up.
He's fucked it up. He forgot the first 15 minutes of the recording.
No,
I can absolutely put in a disclaimer.
Since we were talking about what we're doing now, I did want to say this week, starting this week, Monday, actually, I am going full-time streaming. Monday.
That's news to me, but okay.
Yeah, I know. I just settled on a schedule that works for me. I'll be doing I say full-time. It's going to be 3-hour streams. I'll be doing art streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, game streams Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then I'll have Sunday
Are you going to
off.
have a face cam?
Not yet. No.
I was gonna say that's
Why not,
something that
man?
has been an
Not
issue
yet,
for
man.
him
I don't
lately.
my face is so ugly. And
That's not true.
I don't like my face on camera. I might if I get enough like call for it, you know, like hey, show us your face, we demand it, and then I'll just wear a mask and be like an asshole like Dream or something for a little while. But you know, and then do a big face reveal, and it's like, hey, I'm actually just normal. But yeah, no, I don't also have a camera, so it's like I don't feel like going out and buying one right now. But I reached a pretty comfortable, like, got me excited amount of followers on Instagram for just my art, like, alone, and I was really happy about how much that blew up in such a short amount of time. it may not sound like a lot to like people that are like, I've got like 6.5 million followers, and I'm just
You don't think Drake would be impressed?
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But to shoot up from like 180 to 480 in a couple months, just on art alone, and like
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
the fact that it wasn't even like waifu art, and it wasn't like, you know, I'm not some chick with big titties or anything, so I'm not gonna get like an
Not yet.
Yeah, so, not yet. So.
Keep it up with them Hungry Mans, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if I keep on with these Hungry Mans, it might happen. But you know, I was like, nothing against women that get popular on the internet for using their bodies. Like, go you, whatever. It just makes me very envious. I wish I had that.
Put that heater on, Cam, bro.
Yeah,
Just hang
I
it
know,
over,
right?
hang it up on the, throw it up on the desk.
Man, I might need to. I don't know if the camera would get enough of the frame in there.
The art.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I was surprised with just my silly little Pokemon drawings that I was doing. You know, it shot up really fast. I've maintained like a consistent growth of like 1 to 2 followers every day. I've maintained like a certain number of likes and everything like that. So I was like, I've got to branch out, like, because it, like, the growth isn't like as heavy as it should be, you know,
Right.
or what some people would consider successful. So I have reopened my DeviantArt. I have started a Twitter. I have started a Twitch page. I'm working on getting the YouTube thing up, set and running, and I will be recording, streaming, and then trying to edit and post and all that stuff on Sundays. Because I have 3 days off. I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday is kind of just off from like my regular job. And then I'll stream in the afternoons, and then I'll work on all that shit Sunday. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to get started on that.
It
So
looks like the
should be.
podcast is doing pretty good too, number wise.
Yeah.
So you, when we were talking earlier, you had asked like how things were going, and I realized I hadn't checked up on that in a while. Things are on the upswing, again. So it's
for the
it's
podcast.
yeah, it's good. Like it started to kind of go down on like a week by week basis, and then I really just accepted it. It was just like, it's whatever. We just do this because it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, people listen to it, and I thank everyone who does. And I mean, it's, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's a time for me.
I like the format. When I was listening to it, I listened to you guys for probably like 45 minutes at least, and I don't know. I don't even think that it's because I know you guys. It was actually just genuinely entertaining. And
I
It's because
appreciate
I talk
that.
about random shit.
Well, I mean, and
no,
that's
trust me,
kinda-
there were a couple times driving. I was like, Paul, shut the fuck up. Let Rob talk. God
Dude,
damn.
No.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you about this last episode that came out last week.
Oh,
This
geez.
guy goes on for a solid 55 minutes on how much he hated Gotham Knights. I
Love hate.
Oh,
I cut out at
God.
least 45 minutes of it.
It's a love-hate relationship, man.
I'm excited for the topics. I want to know what topics, Rob, that you've picked out for us.
Oh,
Like how he
well,
asked
I
you.
mean, I knew it was going to be a lot of like nostalgia kind of deal. I'm even
Absolutely,
sending
we can do
Frank a message to tell him to listen in because he might
Frank
just
should
want to hear
join.
what we have to say.
Frank and I played Phasmophobia like a week ago.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, I went through some crazy hoop. I reached out to the only girl that I knew in Albany still. I was like, hey, do you still have your Facebook? And she was like, yeah. I was like, do you still have Frank White on there? And she was like, yeah. I was like, listen, shoot him a DM, tell him to text me. And then
Jesus.
I just wanted to reconnect with him because he was such a dope boss, man. So
Oh yeah, Frank's cool.
That so that
he-
actually brings up one of the things that I wanted to talk about and ask you about, because we kind of went over our history with GameStop, but now we can kind of get more in depth with it and just what we thought and how things were going for others, you know, like other perspectives, other points of views, like what we liked and what we didn't like.
I have a
what-
random hypocrisy topic.
okay, that works too.
Yeah.
I also have to not grill or cook you, Paul, but I have to.
Oh no,
I have to do a deep dive into your brain on your definition of homeless.
homeless.
It is so insane, and I think you're the only person in the world maybe with that definition of it.
No,
Of
you're
what-
100
of
percent
like
right.
if your name's not
No,
on
no, we'll
anything.
get into it.
Okay,
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 we'll get into it.
yeah.
We're gonna do the fucking. We're gonna,
yeah, no, go ahead.
we're gonna do the first thing first.
Mhm.
So I hate to rehash it, but because of the fact that you weren't recording, it's key
Right.
to you being on the show.
Wait, what do you mean?
Our memories and the things that we really enjoyed about working at GameStop. Because me personally, like I know there was a lot of stuff that we could shit all over with it, because retail in general is just a shitty
True.
uh career path and choice or job, just period.
Yeah, and that's why nobody gets those jobs anymore.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Frank is still in retail.
Frank's killing it though, dude.
Yeah,
He's making really good money. at
all
Tractor
right.
Supply.
So when you mentioned
'Cause he's a human.
having regulars at the coffee shop you work at, and
Yeah.
having like a legitimate and meaningful kind of connection with them, it reminded me of Frank, because one of the things that I think that dude does great in regards to people is that he builds rapport with people really well, and really
Oh yeah.
almost to a scary level of efficiency.
It was
yeah, he's
because-
really good at it. 100%, I agree.
It was because of Frank that I was able to like learn how to do customer service as well as I am able to. Without
Like
Frank,
you,
I wouldn't be.
without Frank, you wouldn't be what? Sorry.
I wouldn't be half as good at customer service as I am, and I'm pretty good. Like, don't toot my own horn or anything, but there's a reason I was able to keep my job, because I was going to quit Pet Paradise, which that's where I work, but I was going to quit because it was just physically I couldn't do it. Like the dogs were dragging me around, and the way my body is, I just couldn't be on my feet like that.
Right.
And the managers just didn't want to lose because I was so efficient with the customer service side of it that they were like, they basically created a whole new job just for me.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, yeah.
Sorry if there's
it's
background noise. I got a 750 milliliter beer I'm cracking open right now for this podcast.
That hey, that's perfect.
But
okay.
But you know, that incident, and then just customer service stuff in general, I've always been like, I hate people, and like just absolutely. And
Retail makes you hate people.
but
It really
I can
does.
put on a
So does
smile.
healthcare.
Yeah. Well, I can put on a smile and a customer service voice like it's nothing, and I think some of my acting background helps with that.
Hmm.
But it's just without Frank, I don't think I'd be anywhere near where I am today. And it's even with GameStop. I would have people come in. It's like, the only reason I come here is because, you know, you always steer me in the right direction, or you've always been real helpful. And that always made me feel real good at GameStop. I didn't get that same vibe at Books A Million because it was in a mall. So I saw different
Right.
people all the time, except for the two tables of old people that would order like the same thing every morning. So when I
Right.
was a barista there or a bookseller there, because I did both jobs, I didn't feel that same rewarding kind of thing. Because GameStop's so personal. Like, people find the GameStop store that they like,
Yeah.
and they go
And that
there
becomes
again
like
and
your
again.
home store for
Yeah.
sure. That
Yeah.
I think that's actually kind of ruined me for GameStop. Like, I can't go in one now and just get your everyday run of the mill. Welcome to GameStop. You want to pre-order something? How about that GPG? You know,
Yeah.
it's so
They don't even do that anymore.
It's not welcoming anymore. Like when we were
It's
all
so
working,
impersonal now.
it really is the
Yeah.
environment that I really feel like Frank kind of built into the store with the people that came in and with the people that were working, is that we were there to work, we were there to sell you shit, but at the same time we're also there to help you in making your decisions and make sure you really enjoyed what you got.
And that's
There was never a time at that store where like, as I went on with GameStop, I would check the schedule sometimes and be like, ugh, I'm closing with this person. Or like, but like at the Albany one, it was always like I didn't even need to check. I'm just like, all right, cool, let's run it. Oh, it's Rob today. Oh, it's Paul today. Like it was always so fun, man.
Yeah.
Not
Jokingly, I hated working with Terrence though, but JK.
Who's Terrence?
I don't remember Terrence. He keeps talking about
Exactly.
Terrence, and I don't remember Terrence.
Oh, it's like a what's that Leonardo DiCaprio movie?
All of them.
Shuffle Island.
Shutter Island,
Shuffle.
Well, I don't know what his name was.
the one he didn't win an Oscar for.
Oh, dang.
One of.
Dang.
One movie he's won.
So what is like one moment that really stands out to you when we were working at Game? It doesn't have to specifically be with Frank, but just like
dude,
what's a fun moment that you go back to in your mind?
I think
I
he
just
died.
yanked my mic out.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah.
It was definitely the Midnights, man. I mean, a lot of the good old GameStop stuff is like gone now.
Yeah.
And the Midnights were one of the absolute coolest things, even in a small town like Albany. Like I remember the Borderlands 2 launch. I remember Modern Warfare 2. Like every single midnight was always awesome.
And
there
Frank
was like 30 to
always
50
made sure
people
to go
there.
all out.
He really
Yeah,
did.
like he would give away stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I even remember, I think it was in a time when I wasn't working at that store that like one of the, I think it was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had just come out, and I went to the midnight, and like me and like 4 of my friends all got the game, and then we all went back and like played it until like 3 a.m. It's just like, dude, that doesn't happen anymore.
It really
you know?
doesn't.
Like people are just waiting at home because the game's going to drop at midnight, and they've already pre-downloaded it, so they're just sitting at home alone waiting for it to drop.
Not if you're on PlayStation.
It's just not the same.
Yeah.
If you're on PlayStation, you got to wait till about damn noon. Shit,
It's not the same, man.
It's funny that you bring up midnight releases. 'Cause somebody posted on Facebook a couple days ago how like kids today won't know the happiness that is this line just strung out in front of this shopping plaza.
Well,
And it really was just it was a magical time. It
was
really
a party,
was.
dude.
Agreed. Yeah, well, I think we were in it really in the like golden era of GameStop. I really think that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone downhill now. It's like
Yeah, it's trash.
bronze tier. It's it was funny though is like I went to GameStop recently and I had to add to one of my pre-orders and they're like, "Oh, we're doing a midnight for that," and I'm like, "Really?" Like it
Now
just
I
caught
wanna
me
know
off
what
guard
game it
because
was
they
just
didn't
so
do
I
a
can
midnight
pre-order it.
for well that store in particular, which I think is funny. It's in a very high traffic area, where there's like a PF Chang's and a Cheesecake Factory right next to it.
Oh. Well,
And I'm just like, dude, y'all should be doing midnights all the time. But they didn't do a midnight for like fucking Call of Duty or God of War.
dude,
But
those
they're
were
doing
huge.
one for Pokemon. And I'm like, why?
Which is weird because Nintendo's one of the most like strict about the midnight thing.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
GameStop's just like caution to the wind. They don't give a fuck. They're like, yeah, we're gonna give you your game at midnight. Fuck it.
Dude, I don't know when it happened either, but like I remember, I think it was 20, maybe 25, between 24 and 26, I'll say. And I'm about to burp.
He does it all the time. It's all right.
And one of the holiday times was so awesome. Like we had like a really big line, and we had this really abrasive seasonal GA who was just funny as hell. And if like people weren't in line, he'd be like, "All right, folks, time to round up the zoo animals. Let's wrap it around behind." Like he was so abrasive.
That's awesome.
This was in Florida, so his name was Rick. But and I remember like having so much fun during that holiday time, and then it was like October the following year that I was like, "Oh my god, dude! Like holidays about to come up. It's about to be so fun. We don't have to worry about pre-orders." And then the holiday stuff came, and it just felt empty. Like I didn't have that experience, and I was like, "Wait, what happened in a year?
Yes.
I don't understand."
That's funny. I had a like very similar situation when I worked in the Tallahassee GameStop. They were like, "Yeah, we're doing a midnight," and I'm like, "Well, shit, we're in a mall for one, so that's gonna be, at least kind of nice because it won't be blazing hot outside or anything like, we're not standing outside." And I was kind of getting a little hyped for it, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I haven't worked a midnight in years." Because at that point, prior to that, I had been blacklisted by the company until a new HR person.
Again?
Yeah. Well, just the one time.
Paul's fucking employee record at HR probably looks like a Call of Duty Black Ops file.
Dude,
Like all sorts of
got
redacted
redactions.
text.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, because they replaced the people that had blacklisted me, and I guess they took their filing cabinet with them. So they were like, "No,
Paul's
yeah,
file has a fucking armed guard near it.
yeah." They were like, "Yeah, no,
You gotta
can
call
work
the
here."
Pentagon to access it.
And they kept trying
Jesus.
to fucking when I worked in the Indiana GameStop, that dude up there wanted me to run one of the stores so bad, but I was like, dude, I can't stay. I gotta leave. I just lost my place to live. I don't have anywhere to go. I can't run a store for you. I'm sorry. And I moved back down to Florida and I started working at the Tallahassee one. But yeah, no, I got excited for the midnight, and I was like, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome. And they have streamlined that process in a way that it's not fun anymore. It's like,
Right.
come get your ticket.
Not for anyone.
Yeah, come get your ticket. We'll highlight it. And then as soon as midnight hits, it's like marching drone, like watching lemmings just walk in, grab their thing, leave. Walk in, grab their thing, leave. Walk
it's
in, grab their thing,
horrible.
leave. Walk in. And it's like, man, this sucks.
And it's like, okay, I understand that you've optimized it to be as fast as possible, but what ends up happening is
Lost the soul.
your midnight event
Right.
that used to run until 1 a.m.,
Is
1:15
no longer
is
an
now
event.
over at 12:03.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, now I'm just like tired because
Right.
there's no excitement.
It's no longer an
And
event.
now I have to close.
Yeah.
Weren't there
Yeah,
some
it
that
was
we
trash,
did
man.
that were just basically downloading codes, like just printing codes up?
Dude, I mean, we did all kinds of things. Like, I used to dress up. I made
Yeah.
things
Yep.
to give away.
Oh,
I
you remember
fucking
Chris's wife coming in dressed up for Assassin's Creed? Well, and
I
Chris,
swear to God, I thought about that like a week ago.
I think that's
Yeah.
for Black Flag, right? Yeah.
dude,
Everybody was simping over her too.
because I remember dressing up for the
I mean,
Skyrim
hey man,
one.
facts are facts.
I don't even know who y'all are talking about, to be honest.
Oh, what was,
What was her name?
Dude, I have no idea.
Oh,
I don't know.
man. I feel bad. I love
Yeah.
Chris
Chris.
was an odd character. He would go from like fun and nice to be around,
Yeah.
and then like he could turn so quick on a dime, and you'd be like, oh, like I hate this dude.
Dude, I
Really?
don't remember anybody's names and shit. Like, if y'all didn't stay in contact with me, I forgot you. I'm so sorry. Like, if
You remember Chris?
No.
He
Well,
had
who's
glasses.
Chris?
He was in the military. He was bald, had glasses. He
No.
had the Assassin's
Nah.
Creed tattoo.
No.
Jesus.
No. The only person I
would
remember with
come-
an Assassin's Creed tattoo was no, I lost that one too. Never mind. Kanan. His name was Kanan. That's the only person.
Who?
Kanan.
Sounds like a Mortal Kombat character.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. His name was Kanan though.
No idea who that was.
Kanan wins.
Exactly.
Flawless victory. Yeah, no, I don't remember Chris. Did he work with us?
Because
Yes, he was a key holder.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh wow.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Jessica.
That's right. I probably need to mute his name. I need.
Yeah, you need to beep
Oh yeah.
all of that.
We're just doxing him.
I was about
He
to say,
lived, dude. He lived at fucking 1326.
I was about to say, first you mentioned everyone simping over his wife, and then you said her name, and I'm like, well, this.
Yeah. Okay.
That'd be
That was a. What are you gonna do? Just beep it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll go to like a duck
Oh,
sound over it, like
nice.
quack. And
Oh yeah, that's true. I adopted a duck quack to
Yeah.
go over it.
dude, okay, so
Chris wank.
the only people I remember is like Akeem and Heather
can't
Oh
forget Akeem.
yeah.
and
Can't forget it.
Heather. Yeah.
Sigourney.
Who?
Who?
I
The
think that
bitch
was
from Alien?
I think that was her name. I don't know.
I
She was
think
there
you're
when I
just
first
making
started.
people up now.
No, hold on. And I remember
He's like, y'all don't remember Balthazar? He was the GA, dude. He always came up. He would always come in. He wouldn't come in through the door. He would come up through the floor. Balthazar. Y'all don't remember him?
I remember
His numbers were
Frank.
crazy.
I remember Roach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roach.
Yeah.
The
No,
Roach
Rob-
is in that Albany store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. No, Roach was the he was the manager.
there
before
before-
Frank.
Yeah.
Ah, before my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a long time manager.
I remember some faces. Like I remember this really tall, like black dude that got like drunk or something before he'd come to work.
Oh, I remember that guy. He did
Wait,
not last
what?
long.
He was an assistant manager and he got fired like almost immediately.
Yeah,
Because he
did
would
not
come to
last
work
long.
drunk. I
Damn.
remember the kid that was in like the army or something. He would always show up out of dress code and late without calling.
Why
And
do you
I remember having to send
Why do you
him
remember
home.
Remember this
only
at all.
the like degenerates that we had?
Because I had to send that guy home. I was like, Frank, this guy ain't showing up. I don't know where he's at. He hasn't called me. And then he was like, well, call someone else to come in and cover. And I was like, fine. And I called someone else to come in and cover. And then the kid would show up and he'd be in flip flops and like cargo shorts and a
Right.
U.S. Army shirt. And I'm like, dude. And then I remember
You're
one day,
making this dude up.
I'm not. I swear to God.
I don't
And
think he's real.
and Frank was like, if he shows up, just send him home. And I was like, fine, whatever. So he came in and he wasn't in dress code or anything. And I was like, dude, you are showing up without calling. You're late. You're not in dress code. Just go the fuck home.
I don't think he's real. I think he's that computer generated. What's it called?
The AI guy.
I don't know what his name was, but it was
Dude, I don't remember people like at all. I remember the cop that used to hang out. I don't remember his name, but I remember he used to just
Oh man, I'm actually friends with
the
him. Still here. Hold
thin
on.
black dude that used to come in. He was
Nope.
Oh my god.
remember Aaron. Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to fucking damn it.
Stop saying their full names like you're
He
their
lives
mother.
right behind the Hess Express off of
1643
I'm keeping
Nottingham Way.
He had remember, dude, he had the keypad on his door. The code was 3421.
Yes.
His youngest child's bedroom was right there on the left.
You put the code
Their
in and it
valuables
made
were
a
in the
little
back.
house. It was 14863, so it would make a little house.
Yeah.
What was the code
do
for
remember.
the safe inside
That
the
was
store?
that was the safe code. It made a little house. That's the only way I remembered it.
I don't remember that at all.
I shit you not. That was the safe. It's not the safe code anymore, everyone. But I remember the
Oh,
safe
man.
code because it might have been 36841. It might have been the other.
I
one.
have two quick crazy things
Yeah.
about my most recent GameStop thing. So
Okay.
we had this kid. I can say his first name, right? Surely.
Yeah. First name's good.
Okay. So his name was Brandon.
Yeah.
He was a very weird, quirky kid. He was very high energy. He smoked a lot of weed. And he was very, very different from anybody else at the store.
Mhm.
So as a result of this, the store manager that I most recently had was like a really, really old, retired, like Navy SEAL guy, right? So their
Mhm.
energies didn't match. He was very professional and calm, and this kid was like, it's like he took Adderall before every shift.
I want an Easter
And-
egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter
So my boss at the time called me into the back, and he was like, "Hey, I think Brandon's stealing." And I was like,
Mm.
egg. What?
No, I don't believe you. And he was like, look, so this is what's happening. This money is leaving at this time, and I was like, I'm telling you, I trust this kid. He would not do something like this. And I was like, I'm not trying to be biased, but I think you're just looking for a scapegoat. It's holiday. Money tends to like move around and shit. And he was fucking stealing, dude. He was stealing every single shift. And he would even steal when I was working there.
Damn,
And I was
man.
like, bro, I stood up for you, man. Like, if I went to take a piss or
I
something, he would just take
trusted
money out of the
you.
fucking register. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then we had another key holder come on, and he was this 6 foot something, like really big, super staunch Trump supporter, like big time Trump guy.
That
Right.
sounds familiar.
And he also was stealing money out of the register.
Oh my
and it would be
God.
like, hey man, there's like $200 missing from the safe. And he'd be like, oh, that's weird. I don't know. Just mark it down in the book. And I'm like, wait, that's how
200?
little we care?
No.
And yeah, he was just stealing too. I was like, Jesus.
Do you know what
200?
Frank
I can
would have
see, like, a
done if
dollar
we
or two.
closed?
But if you're stealing
$200
$200 and marking that off, that's crazy.
Yeah, Frank would have fucking throttled us.
Dude, Frank would have been like, no one's leaving this fucking store till that $200 shows up.
Yeah, like it's got to show up somehow. That
Yeah.
man, I could not.
If I have to tear up all the carpet in this place and replace it with floorboard to find that $200, I will.
Oh man, Dano, were you with us when we did the remodel? I think you were.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I remember we
moved-
worked from like 12 until 6 or something.
Yeah,
right?
we were there
That-
all in the fucking night.
and then had to turn
Yeah.
around and be back like the next day, like that afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
I opened.
But it didn't even, dude. It was such a good job. I mean, I know the pay was absolute horseshit, but like,
Yeah,
it was so fun, man.
I
it
remember
really was.
I remember working like the way the schedule was showed like set up felt very unfair to a lot of different people. Like not just people getting shorted on hours like the GAs working 3-hour shifts or whatever. But it's like
Those shifts were bomb. I don't care.
I
Yeah.
remember working like a midnight release and then having to turn right back around and come back in. And
I
it
remember
just
opening
drained the
after
shit out
midnight
of me.
releases.
Yeah. They were pretty draining. I was 17 at the time, so I just had like a fucking infinite energy glitch. So
I was in my early 20s back then, so it was
dude, and I asked Paul, or I asked Paul, you fucking idiot, Tyler. I asked Rob, I was like, how old is Paul now? And he was like, 30? And I was like,
32.
bullshit.
I'm 32.
I was like, Paul was older than me, I thought.
Yeah, I'm 32.
I don't know why. I thought that you were like near 40 now.
Fuck, dude, damn.
Not in an insulting way. I'm just saying I'm
We
misremembering how
hung
old you
out
were.
and had Chick-fil-A together in your house. There's no way I'm that much older than you.
But real
Well-
talk, does your parents, are they still in Albany?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. They're probably 45 minutes away from me. They live in I think they live in Valrico, which is like a small subset of Brandon.
How are they
I
doing?
gotcha.
Oh, dude, they're doing great, man. My dad's he left Bayer when their shit crashed, so he's like working somewhere else really good.
That's cool.
And mom's just chilling. Mom got into fitness too, so
Dude,
yeah, we're doing good. man.
Tyler's
Chilling.
mom is the coolest mom.
I don't know if
That's
I
true.
ever met
She
your
was
mom.
so fucking
No,
nice.
you did, Rob. You're
Did
just
I?
insensitive.
She was so fucking nice. And she was like the coolest. And his dad's cool as fuck too. Like,
I remember meeting
My
your
dad's
dad.
the shit, man.
I didn't want to
Vague,
leave
like,
your house.
for
I was like, can I
briefly.
live
Dude.
here?
All right, I'm gonna get real for a second, okay? Did you guys watch? I think it's called A Quiet Place with John Krasinski,
Yeah, yeah.
I did not.
the horror movie,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You didn't watch it, Rob?
I don't listen.
doesn't like
it is a
scary
very
movies.
well established rule.
Unbelievable.
I don't do dark, creepy, scary things.
Even
Okay,
though
well,
it's
so-
it's like very artsy and it's a silent film, he still won't watch it.
That's
So I'll make it quick. So when I was in my like probably from 19 to 23, I had like a pretty decent depression.
Mhm.
Frank kind of knew that. That's kind of why he never went that hard on me, even though I was acting retarded, frankly. And so as a result, this really, really big rift occurred between me and my dad, like a huge, huge, huge rift.
I seem to
and,
remember that part of it.
We repaired it. We eventually, like, we're so close now.
Good.
And so when I went and saw A Quiet Place, and like the kids were in the car, and
Oh.
the thing was trying to find him in the car,
And the dad.
and he was like, "I loved you. I'll always love you," and then he yelled. That is possibly the hardest I've ever cried. I'm
Dude,
not
that
kidding.
is one of the
It
saddest
was like-
moments in TV history or movie history.
Dude. And it was because I relate to it so much. Like, I remember coming home and I was like fucking 25 at the time, and I just like hugged my dad. He was like, "What's happening?" I was like, "Listen, you won't understand, but I just watched a movie that like,
I know you
Just-
would sacrifice yourself for monsters for me.
yeah, dude, I'll fucking
Yeah.
cry if I have even a little bit more beer." Okay, so
Mom stuff gets me cry. Like anything dealing with moms in movies that gets grandparents and mothers hits me so hard. Dad stuff I don't give a shit about because I hate my dad. But mom stuff and grandparent stuff, it kills me.
did you guys watch Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I have not seen it yet. I want to though, and I know that's a mom
Rob?
story, and it'll make me cry.
I have no idea what that is.
I
It's a
have
multiverse movie.
heard, I've heard people that I know that are actual for real diagnosed sociopaths, and they were like breaking down crying in this movie, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to see it. Like, I know it's like a good because it's like wholesome or whatever, but I'm like,
Right.
I don't think I'm ready for that, man. I'll cry at a fucking Hess
Basically,
Express commercial.
critics have said if you don't see any other movie in the next 10 years, just make sure you see this one because apparently it's
Yeah.
very like just really good.
I have a friend that's like anybody that I know, if they go see it and they don't think it's one of the best movies they've ever seen, I would like view them as a worse person.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's serious.
Apparently it's really fucking good.
The
By the way, is my audio okay? Do I sound okay?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're fine.
you sound fine.
Okay, cool.
I'm in a weird place
Shit,
when it
my
comes
shit
to
fell over.
anything like parent wise or grandparent wise or whatever, especially like since both of my parents have passed away. it's like
Oh man.
it's a lot of like unresolved, because like so my mom, she suffered from vascular dementia like the last, I don't know, like 6 to 8 years of her life. So I kind of felt like we lost her before she actually
Yeah.
passed.
My
Uh,
grandma's the same way right now, and I it's like you kind of preemptively grieve.
you really do. You really
I
do.
Yeah.
I did that with my grandfather.
The and the relationship with my dad wasn't great. Like it wasn't. People have definitely had worse relationships. I'll put it like that.
Right.
But now that he has passed, like more often than not, I do think like, man, I really wish I could just say I'm sorry, or just
Oh
do,
yeah.
just do stuff a little bit
Can't
differently,
live
or
like
not,
that,
maybe
man.
not be so critical or so like harsh. So whenever something comes up on television or movies or whatever, and it touches on that, or even if there's just like a little short, old, like white haired guy, I'm like, oh, it kind of
Yeah.
it kind of gets to me. Or like the opening scenes of Up, it's just kind of like,
There's a
Dude, Up
there's
is
a
just
comedian
sad,
that I
so it's just you
Yeah.
can't.
yeah. There's a comedian that I watch who has a podcast, and he was very open about pretty much every aspect of his life, and he was talking about how he's super super close with his parents, and he has started to see them kind of like have trouble getting up and stuff like that.
right,
And so he was talking to his therapist, and he's like, I don't know how I'm going to deal when they pass.
right.
And all his therapist said to him was like, the only thing I can say is, you never have to feel that pain twice. You'll never have to feel it again. And I was
Ugh.
like, dude, that's the only solace that you have, is like,
Well,
once you're through that, you're good. But it's
I
like,
mean,
oh man.
some people don't get through it, and that's half the problem. Is they live in the depths of those regrets and what
Right.
they didn't get to say, and it's more you have to get almost force yourself into the way of thinking like you have to be happy with the time you did have with them, or the good memories, and kind of just hang on to that and let them live peacefully in your mind through the
Yeah.
good, rather than thinking on losing them. And that's how I see my grandfather now. Is I don't when I think about my grandfather, I don't I forget he's dead half the time, because I just remember him fondly, and I
Right.
hang
Yeah.
on to that, and I'm not sad anymore.
For some
And
reason, I
yeah.
just imagine you just like rediscovering that he's passed away just because you
it's like, oh
forgot
shit,
that
he died.
like, damn.
I guess I deleted it, or I guess it auto deleted, but my grandfather passed, my mom's dad. It's the only grandparent I've lost so far. And he just had cancer, like spike up out of nowhere. It was pretty
Ugh.
fucked. And it was like getting to his brain and shit. But I caught him in a moment where he was like cognizant, right? Like he was himself. Because there were some times where he was just like, it was like fucking with his sense of reality and stuff. But I caught him in a real moment. And he and I fished a lot when I was young. And I was just like, I wish we could go fishing again. He was like, yeah, me too. And I was like, oh fuck. And that was like that was the last thing, but I got to say that to him,
right.
But yeah, man, that was really hard.
For everyone that's listening, if your parents are still around and you at least have somewhat of a relationship with them, because sometimes we just have deadbeat parents.
Go hug them.
Yeah, just go hug them.
Let them know
Yeah.
you care.
1000%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I do remember
all right.
one of the
Uh-huh.
last conversations I had with my grandfather. I can say with his dementia, he never forgot me or my brother, which I thought was
That's huge.
like huge, because we had always been a big part of he would sometimes forget my mom just briefly and then kind of remember. You could see it, like the loss on his face, like the confusion, but then it would start to click. But from as far as I know, anytime me and my brother were around, he recognized us. He knew who we were. I called him on the phone for his birthday, and it was his last birthday, and I didn't know it was going to be that.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, hey, it's Paul. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, I got you something for your birthday. And he's like, is it a blonde or a brunette? And I'm like, oh my
Nice.
God.
Your grandpa sounds base.
Dude, I loved grandpa. He was awesome. But it was the funniest fucking, like, I had to stop and like breathe because I was like, dude, I'm gonna just die laughing here in a second. But I remember that's one of my favorite last memories I had with him, and I really
It reminds me of when so I dated this girl for over 3 years, and she like broke up with me out of nowhere. Dude, oh god, I was
Right.
like fucked. And my dad is very, very bad with emotional stuff. He's just trash. He like when we went to put down an animal, like me and my mom were in there because I read the thing about like when your animal's being put down, they like look for you and shit, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we got to stay in there with it. And then my dad was like, I have to leave because he would rather leave and just separate himself from the situation than cry. I don't know
Right.
why. Anyways, so while I was going through that breakup, I was like really fucked. Like I wasn't leaving the house, whatever. And my dad came in and he was playing Crash Bandicoot, like in my room. And he was just playing some levels and he's like, how are you doing today? And I was like, really bad. I had a dream about her last night that she and I made it work.
Mm.
And he just like kind of sat there for a few minutes in silence. And then he just goes in this exact accent. He goes, well, you know what they say.
Oh
And I was like, what, Dad? He's like, best way to get over an old girl's to get under a new one.
your dad.
And it like made me fucking crack up, dude. Like I was laughing so hard I was almost crying.
That's great.
And I was like, I said to him, I was like, Dad, you are horrible with emotional stuff, but that actually helped. Like, thank
Right.
you. And he was
So,
like, yeah, I did it.
that's a thing, man. Like if you're not good with him, like being emotional and like I do that. Like I don't know what to say to people when they're sad, so I try to make them laugh, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, because
That's a valid coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It really is.
If you can make them feel happy for even just a second, you've done something good. I
Yeah.
think
You've taken the pain away for a moment, right?
Yeah. I think that's nice.
All right, listen. I'm ready. Rob, what you got next? I'm ready. I'm ready.
I've got a
okay?
list of complaints about some personal shit, but that's just
Well-
that's always.
Should I grill Paul on the homeless thing?
Yeah,
or
sure,
should we
go
move
ahead.
into something
Well,
else?
I've got one more thing I want to do before we get
sorry,
into
Robert,
that
got one
because
more
I
thing.
figure I think that's going to be like some deep down philosophical like
it's gonna be
So I
earth-shattering
do just really
conversation.
quick tangent. I do a lot of political debates and discussions, so I'm just so interested into hearing his. Yeah.
Dude,
What's
me and
funny
Tyler,
about it is
man,
that some of
it's always
some
been
of the
that way.
reasons why I enjoyed closing with you is because I knew you and I were going to get in some sort of like good conversation about
does, man.
religion
He's good
or
at it.
relationship or whatever.
Yeah, I
Um,
love talking about stuff like that.
loves getting
I-
deep.
But yeah, what you got?
I
Ryan?
too. So we went
Whoa.
over like
Whoa.
happy moments with GameStop. What are some of your worst moments with GameStop?
Oh, jeez.
So the only negative that I really have was literally my first day because like Frank had been training me for a really long time, and then like I was 17, so he had like molded me, and then he like this first guy walks in, he was like, all right, Tyler, go get him. And I was like, okay. And I walked up and I was like, hey man,
Fly,
how you
little
doing? He's
bird.
like, if I need anything, I will come get you. Go back behind the counter.
I remember
And I just
that.
turned and looked at Frank like just like a heartbroken puppy. And Frank was like, hey, get out. Like, he just kicked the dude out. And I was like, is that how this job's gonna be? And he was like, no, I swear it's not gonna be that bad.
Dude.
I was like,
Why
God.
Was I there? Why do I remember that?
I'm pretty sure he told everybody about it, but no, it was just me and him. But it was
Oh,
literally
God.
my first day, first
Well,
customer.
to be fair, Frank would kick people out like a lot.
But
Good.
Yeah, from my memory, if they were assholes, he'd kick them out. And
yeah.
I ended up with that personality trait from Frank. Like I would kick people out of any store I was working at. I was like, dude, if you don't get the fuck out of this,
I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised that I never did. I don't remember ever doing that. I remember pissing people off and making them like
me
they
and
just walk
Heather-
out. But
we had to have a guy escorted out at Christmas.
what?
Yeah, because I almost went out from behind the counter and beat the shit out of him in front of like 20 other people.
Oh, good God!
Dude,
Oop.
I was mad. I was already like kind of stressed because we had a line out the fucking door and it was Christmas and nobody showed the fuck up for work except me and Heather. And so both registers were fucking just full. And these two fucking 40-year-old men, these grown adults, just start fucking bickering about their place in line.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
wait, I remember that. I thought.
Well, maybe you were there. I don't know, but it felt like it was just me and Heather. But
I swear I remember this.
But these guys were just going at it, and they started cussing. And I'm like, guys, you got to stop because there's kids in the store.
Right.
You know, stop cussing and carrying on. And the dude was like, come out from behind the counter and make me stop. And I was like, and I slammed
I remember this.
I slammed the keyboard down, and I was shaking because I was about to rip it out of the computer and go beat him in the face with it. And Heather, I remember she put her hand like, and it's like, just call, security guy to come around and escort.
I 100% remember this.
Yeah.
I was there.
And we called the officer guy and had him, I can't remember his name. We called him and he came around and he escorted that dude out.
This isn't a bad memory per se, but it's a memory that I got in trouble for. I was alone, and I was a key holder at the time. Huge fucking line, and I see this guy. This guy always comes in, and he trades in games for virtually nothing.
Right.
And guy gets up to the counter, and he's like, "Hey man, I want to trade this in." And so when you're trading shit in Florida, you have to, at least in Hillsborough County,
the pawn shop.
Anytime they sell anything to us, yes, pawn shop. So they have to fill out a pawn shop for handwritten, right?
Mhm.
Right.
It's a process. It's at least, even if I'm going through it as fast as I can, it's probably 3 to 5 minutes.
And right thumbprint, you got to take a picture of the stuff. It's
that sounds like a hassle.
It is
3 to 5 minutes, and we have a big ass line. Guy gets to the fucking front, and he's like, "Hey man, I just want to trade these in." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I look at it. I'm like, "All right, so you're looking at $2 store credit or $1.20 cash?" And he was like, cash. And I was like, listen, this is going to take at least 5 minutes. And he was like, I'm okay with that. And I went, how about this?
Dog.
I'll give you $2 to not do this trade. I'll give you, that's an 80% profit, my guy. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, take them and go home. I'm begging you. And he was like, okay. And I took 2 ones out of my wallet. There you go. Fuck off. All right.
Oh
Next
God.
in line, please. And my boss was like, Tyler, listen, I should fire you for that. Okay. You can't, you gave someone money on a security camera. I was like, bro, listen, I did that for the benefit of this store. Okay. You don't understand.
Oh yeah. You could get in trouble for all kinds of small shit like that, dude. It was.
I admittedly would all the time. I probably did it to both of you. I was like, "Hey man, can you hold this real quick? Let me walk to the ATM, pull cash out to buy something from somebody." Because I was like, "Listen,
Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah. You used to do that shit all the time.
Yeah,
especially controllers."
But Frank
and
just
shit.
told us to make sure it was outside the store. It was fine.
Yeah, I'd be like, "I gotta go take a walk. Let me go stretch real quick."
As long as
I
we
bought
didn't do it
so
on
many,
camera, he didn't give a shit.
controllers and shit. I do. Oh man, do you remember? Oh shit, what was his name?
Wait, so Rob, what's your worst GameStop memory?
Oh, I can tell you exactly right. So I don't remember if either one of you were
The
there
day
with
I
me.
left.
It's very possible. I went okay. So earlier in the day, this is getting like to about like lunchtime or whatever, and I'm clocking out to do my break. But before that, this lady had come in, bought a game, walked out. We were busy. Of course, I did the newbie thing of forgetting to put the game in the fucking case.
Oh,
Walked
Oh,
out.
yeah.
She had called and said, "Hey, this is a thing." I knew it was a thing. I said, "I got you. I'll take care of it. No big deal." She said, "Okay." Fast forward to lunchtime. There's a little bit of a line built up, but we were covered, so we were kind of like alternating lunches and breaks. So I was gonna leave to take mine. I clock out. I'm about to walk to the door, and that lady walks in. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just go ahead and take care of her because I know exactly what she's here for.
and then you
She's
got
not buying anything. She just wants this game. I don't have to take anybody's time to explain what's going on or whatever. So
Never go back to the register.
I get, I walk back. I get the disc or whatever, and I hand it to her. And she, of course, had walked up to the counter and all that. And this fucking asshole who is like, I don't know, 49 with like long grayish hair, woman / Karen, maybe 10, 15 people back, starts bitching like, what the fuck's going on? Why does she get to skip the line? You know, just like it's not obvious I'm not ringing her up or anything. It's not obvious that something else is going on. You know, I was like, I'm doing this on my break because
That's an
I fucked
Albany
this up.
thing.
Yeah, that lady got so pissed, and it took everything in me not to just
Go off
go
upside her head.
off. I just had to walk out, but that lady will stick in my head for forever.
I used to mess with the people that would accuse you of being racist.
Accuse me of being racist?
And just anybody.
general.
Like for me, if they would accuse me of being racist,
when you
like,
say accuse
sometimes...
you, I was like, that was a thing? People
Oh, dude, I don't know if it's a Florida thing, but like if you had to like, if somebody wanted to trade something and you're like, okay, do you have an ID? It's like, I need an ID. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it's Hillsborough County pawn law. Like, unfortunately, yeah, you have to have an ID. And she's like, no, y'all motherfuckers just being racist. I would always be like, ma'am, I don't see how that's related.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm racist, but it's not connected. It's still part of the Hillsborough. It's still part of the pawn law.
It's like I might be a clan leader, but that has nothing to do with the store policy. I still have
I'm
to
not racist
it.
against your people. Okay?
Yeah.
It's the Egyptians. Okay, those are the ones I don't.
That's still Africa. I
Those
still
damn
feel like
Egyptians.
that's borderline. Like,
Oh my god.
it's still Africa.
We're
you know?
joking, listeners.
Yeah.
I promise we're joking. Okay. Swear.
Darn
We're just being edgy.
Egyptians.
Well, one of two things is going to happen from this episode. Either A, our listenership is going to go up and spike, or B, it's just going to fucking tank.
Man. It's like Herodotus, man.
I'm gonna check in with Rob in like a week, and I'll be like, how is it, man? He'll be like, worst metric so far. Fuck yeah, let's go, baby.
Ooh, let's go.
People are actually reporting this episode for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, those three
Out of
racist
everything we
white
have
boys.
said, Paul has. I haven't told you this, Paul, but I've actually gotten some response. I don't get response from a lot of people.
I was gonna ask, do they like comment or something? Like,
Yeah,
how
have
can
they commented
provide
on how
feedback?
sexist and racist I am all the time?
I have gotten some feedback as to how racist you are.
Wait, really?
Yes. Tell me,
have to
please.
hear.
Tell me now.
I don't know I don't know details. I just know that it was a thing. And it wasn't like a hardcore like capital R racist. It was like, he can tend to be a little.
Wait, somebody commented that?
Dude,
I've
never
What did
been-
they say?
I've never been
wasn't a-
racist on this show at all. I mean, like,
Paul seems to find, or fucking Rob seems to find that comedic.
yeah.
I just love how you specified on this show. So it's not covering anything else in his life. It's just this show. Like he cleans it up.
Anything that I have said, I usually, or on this, in general, I'm usually that way. Like it's backed behind logic and statistics and things like that of that nature.
You can't do that.
I'm not saying anything hateful, so therefore, I don't see it as racist if it's a factual thing.
Oh God,
You can't use facts.
I know I can't use facts
Wait.
in this society.
What are we
damn it.
What specific thing?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Have you mentioned?
Yeah,
There really
You
is
don't
no
know?
telling.
dude, I have no idea.
Maybe,
All right, do we move into the homeless thing?
Yeah, sure.
Because that is a non compliment.
You know what? I have,
and I want you to go
I
back
remember.
and
I
give
remember
your
what it is.
compliment to Paul that you started the show off with that
Yeah.
we did not record. Because
so you,
you're
you
about
have
to
to
set him on
compliment me
fire.
again. We have
Okay,
to play this
sure.
game. Yeah.
So there was an episode in the past
Yeah.
where Rob was saying that when he thinks of, I don't remember the word, maybe like fiscally literate or whatever the phrase is,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
that he doesn't think of Paul. Okay. And I will say that I remember Paul was a bit of a nomad.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fair.
But
Yes.
I think,
It's very fair.
even in my humble 30 years of age, that if somebody doesn't have any savings and they don't plan on retiring and they are content, I think if they're genuinely content, it literally doesn't matter. I think that that's what matters.
I don't fear
So
the future.
I think it's very noble,
Right.
and I think it's pretty fucking cool because I think 99% of Americans, probably especially men, are
Stress.
like stressed or like
Yeah.
scared or worried about the future, and there's like that crippling male fear of failure, right? And then Paul's
Right.
just like, I'm just chilling, bro. I
Yeah,
don't
dude,
give a fuck, honestly.
I when I lost my job at the prison and retirement, I was like, fuck. Well, I'm not gonna have that retirement fund anymore. Let me cancel that and get that money so I can go buy lunch.
Yeah. Paul, like, do I have enough money for Cheetos?
Yeah.
No? Fuck it.
Like, and so I would have like $1,000 saved up because I worked there for like a year or whatever, and they were like, just like, there's gonna be a fight, like trying to talk me out of it. And I was like, yeah, but I don't work there anymore, and you guys aren't gonna get any more of my money, so I'm just gonna take that back now.
I again, I know it's repeating, but I just want to put it on the record that I do low key find that I'm kind of jealous of that sometimes. That
Yeah,
ability
like-
to just write off responsibility like that and just like I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I don't fucking
I
care
don't-
what
There are
happens.
probably multiple times a year where you and I, Rob, are stressed about financial shit.
I'm not.
And then Paul's just like, not.
Dude,
It's why I'm
Dude, that would
currently
be
working
so
2
fucking
jobs.
nice. Jesus.
and it's not that I'm rich. Let's put that out there right now. I have no money.
Paul's definitely the poorest friend I have.
So
Damn.
yeah, it's true. He's not lying.
God.
I make less than $10,000 a year. So actually, I probably make right around 10,000 a year. But yeah, no.
That
I
rolled
just-
out a little too smooth. I'm kind of upset with myself with how easy that came out.
No, you're fine. I don't care, dude. Do you think I care? Dude, I don't give it. I genuinely
Paul, you
don't
know
care.
I still love you, man.
I don't care.
All right, listen.
Well, I don't care about stats.
Paul, I wanna-
like
I
that
want to
stuff.
give you the floor, okay?
Yeah,
So what this is mostly going to be is just questions.
sure.
Okay.
Go ahead, fire away.
This is what
So-
started. This is why you messaged me to begin with. You're like, can I get on
Yeah,
the show?
just to
Because I was
Real-
getting so fucking triggered driving home that I was like, I'm going to lose my mind if I don't talk to him about
What
this.
made you listen to this episode, by the way?
I think I picked it at random. I really
Yeah.
do. Paul's dying. I was like, I'm going to wrap my fucking car around a telephone pole if I have to hear him talk
Dude,
about
I
this anymore.
live not far from you. You could just drive up and question me. It's fine.
Okay. So first thing I want to do is, can you, in your own words, define what it means? What does homeless mean to you? Can you give us a definition?
If your name is not on anything, if you're not renting, like specifically, like if you don't have a lease or an agreement or something, like if you're couch surfing, essentially, like if you don't have a home, then you're homeless. And
Okay.
I see it that way because that's how the government sees it when you're filing taxes or whatever else. I see it that way
Gotcha.
because like I was homeless for a hot fucking minute in that regard of it.
Right.
In that I did not legally have anything. And because I didn't legally have anything, it got to be a real pain in the ass to fill out certain forms or this, that, and the other. I could say, like, yeah, I live here, but then, like, say if that person I was like couch surfing with also got, say, food stamps or something, well, then it became an issue.
Right.
And so,
Okay.
yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
So one thing I really, really value is being confident and consistent in your principles. So
Sure.
I say that to say that if I ask you all these questions and you're like, yes, no, yes, then I'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can't knock you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the question is, if tomorrow
Uh-huh.
a billionaire knocks on your door
Uh-huh.
and says, hey, here you go, drop some keys in your hand.
Yeah.
Says, this house is fully paid for.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to pay for all the bills, electric, utility, internet, gas, everything. Okay.
Taxes?
But the deed will stay under my name for tax purposes.
Okay.
Okay. But it's paid off. It's
Uh-huh.
fully, completely free.
Right.
It is yours.
Uh-huh.
Are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
Legally, you're being
So-
sheltered by someone. That's the way I see
fucking
it.
guy.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what if you, in that house,
Yeah.
marry,
Uh-huh.
okay? You have a marriage license
Uh-huh.
that's tied to that address. You have a kid.
Marriage
the
licenses
kid is
aren't
going
tied
to school-
addresses, but yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
The kid
I
that
would know. I've
lives
been
in that
married.
house,
Yeah.
the kid grows up in that house
Uh-huh.
when you're registering the kid for school.
No.
All right, where's your home address? Okay,
That's
there's
how
my
it
home
works.
address. That is my home address for this school. Is the kid homeless as well?
Yes.
So you have a homeless clan in this house that was given to you.
Yes. Oh, so because there's
believe that's
mailing
referred to
address
as
and there's
squatters.
home address and mailing addresses dude, I have filled out a lot of fucking poor people forms, and there is a vast difference between a legal living in, paying the rent home and a mailing address, essentially.
Right.
So,
Sure.
it can be daunting and confusing, and especially if like legally your name's not on anything. Schools can take fucking issue with that. Schools are weird about shit like that.
So then to tie it all together, okay?
Yeah.
In this definition,
Yeah.
do you agree that there are
stages
Probably
of homelessness.
there are thousands of people
Yeah.
who will never fear being on the streets, being without food, being without shelter, who are homeless?
Okay, right. Repeat that. I'm confused. Sorry.
Under this definition.
Under the
right?
definition
So
of
if
my
you-
homelessness. Yes.
Yeah. So running with the example, a billionaire gives you a
Gives you a
house.
home.
Boom, there
Yeah.
you go. It's yours
Sure.
forever. I'll never come visit anything.
But he might take it away. There's always that chance.
He won't in this hypothetical.
Well, you
okay?
say
He
that,
won't.
but there's always a
He
chance.
gives it to you and dies.
Guess what happens?
He drops dead.
That property stays with his family. And
Right, and it goes to his son, who is a vegetable. Okay, listen, just run with me. Okay, so hold on, I'm almost there. Wait, we have to bring it back.
okay,
so close to
within
having
the
an answer.
definition of
Okay,
a billionaire hands me a house. Yes. That sounds like a bad. So a billionaire walks in a bar and hands you a house.
I fucking
listen.
miss you, Tyler. I really
Yeah.
did.
This is
so
great.
within this definition
Content.
of homelessness, okay,
Yeah.
so if your name is not on a lease,
Yep.
right, or it's not on a deed or a lease, that you're functionally homeless, right?
Yep.
Do you agree
Uh-huh.
then that under this definition there are thousands of people who never have to worry about food or shelter or paying bills
But are homeless.
who are still homeless?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
I
because
can't. I can't. What do I say?
so the way I see it is there's levels of homelessness. Homeless.
I think there's a thirdness.
There's tiers to it. You know, you've got the platinum tier, which is a billionaire hands you a house.
Right.
And then below bronze tier is like living under the freeway.
So what is your response to people that would say being homeless means to be without a home or without shelter?
I think the definition needs to be revised, and I think a new to terms. Well, because there's also like hobo, right? Like hobo is homeless by choice. You're like traveling.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have another hypothetical.
Okay.
What if you move to a state
Uh-huh.
that doesn't have any sort of property or laws on standards?
Oh, like
okay,
Utah.
just accept this reality. Montana, we'll call it.
Jeez.
Okay. and you move to this state and you find a nice big empty plot of land with no
Mhm.
one around. And over the next 2 years,
Mhm.
you chop down trees,
Mhm.
you build this house, you have a
Mhm.
fireplace, you somehow have working electricity, you have everything you need. You have built this house. Are you homeless?
Do you have a deed?
No, because you just built it.
But you have
There's
to
no
have a
deed, you
deed for the
built it.
land. You're saying that
In this state, you don't. In this state, you don't.
the property, then anyone at any time can drive a fucking bulldozer through your hard worked shelter and
Yes, and there's no
destroy it.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then it's chaos. It's anarchy.
But are you homeless?
Yes, because you're sheltered.
What? Wait, so every time we build a house in Minecraft, we're still homeless?
Yes. Look at the houses you build in Minecraft. It's made of dirt. You dig a hole. Like, you are the most homeless you can be in Minecraft. What are you talking about?
I don't know, Rob. The thing is, there's no way to beat this argument.
No,
Okay,
no,
well,
yeah.
the same argument can be applied
welcome to the mental gymnastics that made us start this show.
No, seriously.
But he's consistent, okay? I
so
value that.
What if a homeless guy builds a fort in the woods and lives out of it? Is he now not homeless, or is he still homeless but he lives in a fort?
He's got a house. He
He
built
has
a
a home.
house.
No, that's not a home. That's not a mailing address, and it's not legally binding. In the way America now works, like say even back in the 1800s, you had to
Now,
have deeds.
I wanna-
You had property.
I want to put a
deeds.
pause. I want to put a pause on this.
Right?
Last week, the words that came out of your mouth is that you don't give a fuck about the government unless it involves getting you money.
Right.
Because I
I
asked you if
can't
you
get
voted.
money unless I can prove I'm
But now
homeless.
you are defining the word homeless
Through
based
legality.
on the government's definition.
Because
Well, I just want you guys to know that I'm doing the best I've ever done in my life, but I am currently homeless because I'm living in my girlfriend's mom's house.
exactly, see, he's homeless.
She
Even
moved
though you have
away
a home.
and she left the house to us to take care of, but I'm homeless.
Okay, so here we can define it like this: you're not homeless, you're sheltered. It's a variation of homeless, just like hobo, but you're sheltered.
Paul,
So
what
I
do you-
should, when
all
I'm
right,
meeting people, I should say,
How-
"Hi, I'm
how
Tyler Watson. I'm a
about-
sheltered homeless."
Yes,
how
that should
how
be your
about-
title
how
on your
about
license.
these people? How about these like mid-20s, like freshly out of college people that buy vans and convert them into RVs and just park them in the middle
They're
of a parking
fancy
lot?
homeless.
You could probably argue that they're homeless.
Yeah,
honestly.
Probably right.
that's nomad homeless.
Wait, what about kids that goes to college dorms and their parents sign everything?
Their name is legally on the dorm room. They live at the college.
Is that true?
kind of, yes?
Aren't the parents' names on it? Not are theirs?
That is a very specifically weird situation, but it is that when something bad happens, yes, the parents are liable, but so is the kid kind of. That is a weird transitionary period, but I would venture to say that they're probably homeless.
They're homeless.
They're sheltered
Right,
by the
gotcha.
college, you know.
So what if the billionaire that he gives you the house, right?
Right.
And he's like, hey, but the deed's under my name,
Uh,
but I'm going to scribble your name in crayon on it just so that you're also on there. Are
so,
you now?
So
you,
crayon.
you're now
I don't
homed.
know if crayon is legally binding.
Let's say it is.
Let's say it is. Then if your name is on the deed, then yeah, you got a home.
Okay. All right. I mean, I understand his perspective, and he's consistent. So fuck it.
Legally, that's why I say legally. Like as far as
So
like,
all animals are homeless.
yes,
All
yes.
goldfish are homeless.
So see, that's funny because you actually have to put your animals on leases these days.
well, okay, excluding leases, like a house.
Yes.
I mean, by your definition, I guess a lease really wouldn't even be. Would you still be? Wait, would you be? Because it's not your house.
Oh, the apartment complex
Oh,
owns the deed.
See, I haven't thought of it in that because you don't own it, so you're not a home owner.
Right. So anybody that's living in an apartment is also homeless. Nice.
I'm
As
sure
far
there's some
as the
sort of
government is
assistance
concerned,
that everybody
if
can
your
get now because
name
they're
is
all of a sudden
on
homeless.
something, like if you're in some kind of legally binding contract or something to that effect, you technically, by their standards, are not homeless. But if your name is not on anything, then you are homeless. You don't have.
You're not
anything.
paying
You don't
property
have-
taxes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I got it. Based on your definition of homeless, okay? It
Yeah.
feels like you could be like, no, honey, I swear to God, it wasn't cheating. The lights were off. I couldn't even see her. How is that cheating, honey? I couldn't even see her. I can't even verify who it was.
They're not even
Okay.
on the lease.
She was homeless. Does that even count?
Look, okay. So I don't mind like varying definitions of homeless. Then like people
Obviously.
that with vans, right? So that would be like nomad homeless. Then people that get on trains and choose to be homeless as like hobo homeless, and then like sheltered homeless, which are homeless but they have a roof. They're like there are shelters for homeless people, and they're sheltered, and they have a place to live and a place to stay and a place where mail comes, but they're still technically considered homeless by the government or the city or the mayor or whatever, right?
I don't know.
Whatever. I'm just. That's
All
the
right,
way I
Rob,
see
what do you
it.
have next for us? If we talk about this anymore, I'm gonna fucking kill myself on the podcast. You'll hear the gunshots. Okay, we have to talk
Oh,
about something else.
Tyler, I'm sorry. I have a topic.
Okay.
Robert,
yeah,
did
go
you
ahead.
have one? Well, no, Robert, did you have one?
Of course I do.
Go ahead. Yours are typically more important than my bullshit. So
Well, I won't say that.
Robert's are like fucking philosophical questions, and Paul's like, sponges are bullshit. Here's why.
they are. Just use a loofah. Damn. They collect mold, and it's so hard to clean them. God.
Sponges are bullshit.
Robert's like, say you come home one day and there's an exact copy of yourself in your house. Which one of you is the real one? And Paul's like, I don't fucking like Frosted Flakes, dude. Let's talk about it.
So, because you can't edge to them because they're already dead.
Good God. It sounds like both of you were just throwing up from laughing. Jeez.
Oh, Jesus
I'm crying,
Christ.
dude.
Oh, man. Oh, why has it been so long since we've
like
talked?
lung
Seriously.
problems. You can't make me laugh that hard, and I'll start coughing and throw up.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Before we get into my philosophical question, I have to ask one thing. Do you still murder controllers on the daily?
Okay, so I went probably 8 years without any physical damage to property over a video game. Okay, the most recent time was also the worst time. Okay, let me explain. You boys play League of Legends?
Oh,
Not
dude, you
anymore.
still play? That's a memory I have of you too. Is playing.
So
I got out. I fell out of MOBAs.
I fall in and out. I will go like 2 years without playing, and then I'll jump back in for some reason, usually because a friend is playing it.
Right.
And
Right. That's the only thing that can get me to play a lot of games. It's like, oh, somebody's actually playing it. Yeah, I'll jump in.
yeah. So I have a buddy who was playing, and he was in plat. Okay, and if you're plat in League, you can't play with someone who is silver because you're 2 divisions apart.
Right.
So I have to get to gold so
Right.
that we can play ranked together.
Right.
So I was playing ranked, okay, and I made it to my promo games. And promo games
Oh no.
are there's 5 games. You have to win 3 out of the 5, and then you get promoted to gold. So
Right.
I would like win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1, lose 1, fail the promos. I was like, God, fuck, man. Slam my desk, right? Okay, cool. Fucking play 4 more games, get back to my promos. On my 3rd attempt of getting to gold, I won my first 2 games. And I was like, I just need 1 more win. I got this. And then I lost 3 games in a row, and I punched a hole in my wall. I've never done that before.
Oh.
Okay? I fucking Kratos, just fucking almost all the way through to the bathroom. Dude. And I just like sat there. I was, of course, like disgusted with myself because I'm like, dude, come on, calm down, Jesus. But I was also, do I want to leak this? Yeah, fuck it. I'm
Also
on
high on
testosterone.
crack.
Okay, so
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
my emotions, it's much harder to control them. I almost spiked my switch over fucking
Why are you
Stardew
on-
Valley. Okay. Were you gonna say
That's
why?
probably a personal question. Yeah, it's probably too personal. Like, I was going to ask why you're on T, but
I was running into some strange issues that I hadn't run into before,
Mhm.
and not the
Mhm.
most common one that you're probably thinking of. But I went to the doctor, and he was like, "Yeah, your T levels are a little bit low. Let's get you up." And
Right.
yeah, being on fucking testosterone is awesome, dude. You feel
I
scary
mean, that
all the
explains why
time.
you're all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're working out a lot and getting jacked.
Yeah, dude. And it really helps
no,
your
mine
lifting and
mine
muscle building. Shit.
influxes. I hate it.
A lot of dude, so much stuff can affect that, like sleep and
Yeah.
what you eat and how relaxed you
Oh, yeah.
are.
So basically,
But yeah.
Paul, everything that you do in life is wrong.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm very well aware of my situation. It's fine.
Honestly, if you like 180'd, if you like randomly started like cooking your own meals and eating clean every day and like getting 8
I do
hours
cook
of
my own
sleep.
meals. I just don't eat clean every day.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's true. If you make your own mac and cheese with bacon bits, yeah, it's probably not going to do much for you.
No, I actually I don't eat, like, I don't fry foods at home anymore. If I do fry anything, it's French fries, and I use the air fryer.
Mm.
And then typically every meal consists of like lean chicken, and I'll bake it or cook it on the grill, or just cook it on the stovetop or something. I'll do something to it. Chicken Alfredo, chicken fried rice, chicken what's the other chicken? I don't know. I do a lot of different chicken dishes. So typically I'm not eating a ton of red meat or anything like that. I'm eating a lot of chicken and fish because I need the omega-3s for my joints.
It's true. Omega-3s are a big deal. Rob,
Yeah,
if you
I
don't eat enough salmon and you aren't supplementing with fish oil, get on that shit.
Yeah, I take fish oil and we get some like clean salmon that I can cook every now and again.
What was
But yeah,
the original question? When was the last time I broke a controller?
Yeah.
yeah.
Only
To-
reason
to-
I
to
haven't broken
catch-
one more recently is because Switch Pro controllers are just absolute tanks.
They-
Because I throw
yeah.
that thing around all the time over Pokemon Unite.
Fuck
Okay?
you, Mario.
Dude, I love Pokemon Unite. It's so fun.
Really? Dude, we should
I
play
don't
it.
know why, because I don't get into any other of those types of games.
What
But
is it?
yeah, we could
It's
totally
it's super fun, yeah, for real.
What is it?
Pokemon Unite.
Oh,
It's
The-
actually
Oh.
unironically really fun, yeah.
wait. So now I got a question. Are you gonna get Scarlet and Violet?
Yes, I am. And
It's
you
got
guys don't
4
know
player
this,
co-op.
but I boycotted Sword and Shield. Okay, I thought Sword
Right.
and Shield was the scummiest fucking thing the Pokemon company's ever done.
Yes.
Removing megas is insane to me. That was a
Yes.
2-generation thing that they
Yeah.
had. Tons of merch,
And they
tons of
removed it.
plushes, and then they just get rid of it. It's like, wait,
Well, so it still exists because it's like part of Pokemon Go and the cards and like they haven't completely.
they took it out of the
nixed
main
it,
line
but,
though.
but
That's
they
fucked.
took it out of Sword and Shield. Yeah.
And Sword and Shield was the first game in I think 3 generations where you couldn't use all the Pokemon that exist. Like even if you
Yeah.
wanted to move them from the bank, they were like, no, you can't do it. You can't move it
It's-
in from the bank.
They
was like, fuck this
eventually
game.
opened it up a little more.
I know, but not all the way.
I think some things that killed me about it was how rushed it was. There was like a cursor
Yeah, it looked
left
like
on the
shit,
loading
too.
screen. Yeah,
I
but
skipped that
most
game.
Pokemon games are rushed. So
I think so. I
nowadays.
honestly, I still play my DS. I still play Ultra Sun. And actually, this is mildly interesting. I'm gonna get 2 tattoos in my entire life. I don't have either yet. The first one is gonna be, I don't know if you guys have played the Yakuza games. You guys played those?
Yes,
So-
I have played every single one of them. Yes.
So I'm gonna get
Even the
Nishki's.
spin-offs.
I'm gonna get Nishki's koi on my back.
Oh,
Because I went
fucking
from
nice.
and the thought process is, the koi swimming up the. Okay, if you do you guys both know the mythology? Fuck it, I'll do it for the viewers.
Yes.
Okay, so
It
the
turns
mythology
into a
is
dragon. Yes.
there's a koi fish. There's a river in China that if you swim up the waterfall, the koi fish will turn into a dragon. Right. So that's the tattoo, is a koi fish swimming up a waterfall.
I see.
And I want to do that because I went from being really poor and having dog shit jobs to like actually having a good one. So like success, and then also changing my physical from being like a skinny string bean piece of shit to like actually strong. So I'm gonna get that full back tattoo of the koi fish, and then I had been trying for about 6 years to beat 50 battles in a row in the battle tree in any Pokemon game, and I finally did
Yeah.
it last year. And
So you climb that waterfall. That's kind of like a
yeah, they gave me a
Yeah.
stamp. So they give you a stamp when you do it. It's like a little green stamp of Charizard, and I think I'm gonna get that
That's pretty
tattooed
dope.
probably on my left shoulder. But yeah,
That's
I would
definitely pretty cool.
love Majima's like just full back sleeve tattoo, like
oh yeah, the
fucking
demon.
Oni mask.
Oh
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would be fucking dope to me. That's just me though. But because Majima's my favorite fucking character from
oh yeah.
all the game. I love Majima. He's fucking ridiculous.
I'm like, nobody likes Nishiki, but I fucking love Nishiki. I understand why all the shit that happened to his sister drove him to like being an evil guy. But I also really like Homelander. So
What?
Yeah. Yeah,
Did you
did you say
identifiable
what, Rob?
villains,
You
man.
watching The Boys?
I mean, I started to be like, whoa, but no, I kind of get it. I get it.
Have you watched all of it
Are
or
you-
no?
I have watched all of the boys. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a full Homelander sympathist. Okay, I understand why he's doing everything he's doing. I think the people around him are fucked up. Okay.
So so speaking of Yakuza real quick.
Yeah.
Did you like a Dragon?
I probably won't. I haven't played it yet. I know it's like really,
Oh, you
really,
haven't?
really different. We'll
It's
see.
very different. It's turn based.
Yeah.
But like story elements and shit like that, all the goofy, silly stuff, it's all still it's very much a Yakuza game. In that regard, it's just they went like turn based.
I can't wait for the fucking samurai one though.
Oh yes,
Dude.
yes, yes, yes. Ishin looks fucking. I can't. I'm like.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. Okay, yeah, I was just curious. Well, I need to get your Switch friend code thing though, because That'd be awesome.
100%. I'll put it all in this.
Unite,
I'll put it
or,
all in this Discord.
yeah,
Or you can
yeah.
just mail it to me at 1326.
1326. You always revert back to 1326. I'm starting to think that's like your password to everything.
It is. It's my
since we're in the middle of
bank
doxing
pin
everybody.
passcode.
So Robert had a philosophical, life-altering
Ooh,
topic question.
I
thing.
love those questions.
It's
Probably.
that's a bit much. I was just gonna ask like a
You're
situation
hyping me up
and
a
how
bit
you
much there,
handled
dog. Chill.
it. I was gonna ask you of a situation and how you may have handled it, but have you ever accidentally stolen something, and how did you react to it? Like, what was your resolution
No.
to it?
Oh no!
I'm
What
gonna
happened?
assume that was an accident, Paul.
Yeah, I think I hit F8 on my keyboard by accident. Or one of those.
Paul's like, yeah,
My
I
bad.
accidentally clicked options, went to delete system 32
No.
in the command line.
Sorry.
Pressed
I was zoning out and adjusting things on my desk, and
Yeah,
my
like
finger
you do.
touched something.
At least we can't hear your neurotic fucking clicking anymore, okay?
I'm sorry,
I swear to God, dude,
Just
you
hold
really
my
do make me want
pillow.
to punch holes in the wall sometimes.
dude. I can't. I'm fidgety. I've got ADHD like a mother.
Okay, have I ever stolen something?
Accidentally.
Accidentally? I was trying to think. I was like, have I ever stolen something, period? Let me think.
I mean, if
No,
you want
I'm
to
a
do
good
that
boy.
too, that's fine. But yeah, there are two situations that happened that I have done that made me think about it. I was like, that should be a fun
I haven't.
question.
I have. My dad has. No, not my dad. It was when I was working at Foundation. I had a guy in the drive-through, and I took his order, and then when I grabbed the machine for him to pay, he was like, he had like his brows were like furrowed, and he was like just staring into space, and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, I think I stole this pool shark, like in his passenger seat. I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, I think I just took it and walked out. He was like, oh my God, I have to go back. That was so funny, dude. I was like cracking the fuck up. So I don't think I've done that, but I saw somebody do that, and it was really funny. He was like, I saw like the fucking processing. Like I saw the gears turning because he was like, oh my God, I think I legitimately stole this. It was really funny to see in real time.
I've always double checked my carts and stuff, like while I'm checking out, so I've never had that like happen. Like where I accidentally like, oh shit, I forgot to scan this or get this scan. Like it was just underneath the cart or whatever. I've never had that issue, and I've never like straight just been like, oh, that's mine. I'm gonna hold on to it. And
I'm guessing
then
based
forget
on this
that's in
question,
my hand.
Robert has.
Twice.
Oh yeah, he's a klepto.
Twice?
Yeah.
Well,
Absolute
all right,
kleptomaniac.
all right, so all throughout my life, if you go back and listen to previous episodes, we've kind of gone more into details, but like all
I've
through my
stolen
life, I had like
cards.
undiagnosed, like untreated ADHD, and I get super easily distracted. You probably recognized it when you worked with me, but it all revolves around that, I'm sure. The most recent one happened while I was working at GameStop, not there though. I was in a convenience store, actually that Home Run Foods that was right across the street. I'd go in there pretty frequently. But I picked up like a couple of just, airheads, and I got distracted. I was like, ooh, let me take a look at this. Slipped them in my pocket, completely forgot about them. Walked out, and I was like, the fuck? I mean, granted, we're talking 20 cents worth of candy or whatever the fuck. But I felt so
Evil.
bad. I came back the next day, and I got the same number of airheads, and I was like, charge me twice for this, please.
All that white guilt just built up.
Not
She looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, no, trust me.
Listen, we can't ever. If we talk politics on this podcast, it'll crash and burn. Okay, we can't. We cannot.
Dude,
do it.
what's because it's bad because I'm not anything. Like I'm not a political.
Oh no, you're
thing at
something.
all.
It's a spectrum, dude.
I-
like you're something. you
it's
just
a
might not have
spectrum for sure.
definite-
Yeah, let's say
defined.
Rob and Paul, you guys both knew me when I was probably at my most radical, like left,
Dude, you were
100%.
dude, you were just
Now
like
I am, like,
100%.
inches away from center. There's a lot of things I'm still a lot closer to, like left-leaning people on, like anything COVID related, pretty much.
Mhm.
When people are like, "Oh my God, why do people still want masks on planes?" I'm like, "Oh my God, oh God, it makes me."
Dude, I
wanna
love
fuck-
COVID stuff. I'm like, stay away from me. Don't
Yeah,
don't
I
let
haven't been
so many
sick
people
in
in your
10
store.
years because I
Yeah,
stay the fuck away from people. Like, it's
Yeah.
not hard to understand.
I think that like Japan, like if you have a cough, put a fucking mask
Yeah,
on. Don't come
dude, they've
around
been
me.
on it for years.
the
Like, they
the
get
whole,
it.
that whole subject with COVID, especially like working in the hospital and giving like hands-on care to people in the ICU and like the worst of the worst kind of cases, it boggles my mind when people are like, "Oh, it's just a flu." Get the
Speaking
fuck
of
outta here.
political people in masks, I coughed in a guy's face.
Oh my god.
He
Did you-
was being an asshole in
And
the store.
You just like coughing
No,
in somebody's
he was-
face, honestly, is borderline
he
assault.
bawed at me like a sheep, like leaned forward and like was making that remark, like calling me sheeple,
Why don't you
like
just
for
uppercut
wearing a
him?
mask. And oh no, because he leaned so close that I just turned real fast, pulled the mask down, and coughed like 3 good times in his face. And he like his reaction, he was just stunned, and he acted like he was going to make a move at me, and I just walked away.
Nice.
And nothing came of it. And I was very surprised I didn't get my teeth knocked in like that day.
Before, you know what? Though, actually, before we get done, because I know this is going to be a rabbit trail, I need to give my second accidental theft because it's a little more entertaining
Woo!
and way more expensive.
Yes. So I stole a Ferrari.
Exactly. So you guys,
Al Pacino wasn't there to bail me out.
there was a point in time when CDs were a minimum of $30, right? Like when they first came out. This is probably 96.
What is it?
97 ish. Like 1997. Yeah, I know I'm old.
Did you say?
Do what?
Would you say CDs?
Yeah, exactly.
CD's nuts.
No. So I was going to church.
God damn it. Take me to church.
At the church, we had this library. In the library, we had these CDs, and then the CDs had some, some pretty decent like Christian rock groups. I checked one out
Creed.
legitimately, completely forgot about it. I didn't realize that I had stolen the CD from the church library.
Yeah, that's an
for a
instant,
solid like
instant ticket to hell, bro. I don't know how to,
Yeah, you're
That's like
totally
15,
getting
20
tortured
years later.
it's
forever.
not forgivable.
I just remembered. I did accidentally steal something.
You're welcome.
I just fucking remembered. I was in like 2nd fucking grade. and I had checked a book out from the library.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
see,
then
that's
we
how it starts.
moved. Like we packed up everything and moved like a few months later. And then it wasn't until I swear I didn't even like think about it until I was like fucking 4 grades ahead, and I found that book with the little sticker on it. I'm like, oh my god, I stole this book. And it just like all sunk in, like, and I don't know why it was hidden for so long and just a pile of junk. We just packed shit up and left. But you just reminded me of that, and I think it was a Franklin book.
Nice.
It was that was the weirdest fucking. You were like, I accidentally stole a CD from church, and I'm like, oh my god, I stole a book.
Tyler, I'm a little
that-
surprised you haven't had any accidental thefts.
He's had almost murder.
Who? Me?
But yes, you.
I mean, almost murder.
Well, it very much, at least almost.
How the
When you hit a child with your car.
Oh yeah, dude. I
What?
still tell that story. You were in the passenger. I remember you went. Tyler!
Yeah, I was in the I was Tyler. Like, exactly like that. Because the
Listen,
little girl
the
was
kid
on her
was
bike.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, she was fine. She was fine.
How do you have almost vehicular homicide?
Okay. Listen. Here's what happened.
We were going to go get food.
We're going
Now
to go
I
get
have the
food.
title to this episode is almost vehicular homicide.
We're leaving from. So I was like, Paul, you want to come with me to my house? I got to grab some shit, and then we'll go get food. He's like, yeah, sure. So we're heading to my. We head
Dude,
to my
I think
house.
I
We
had
get my
stayed
shit.
the night because it was early morning.
Yeah. We got some shit from my house. We're leaving. As we're coming like through the neighborhood, I see there are 2 kids on the right side of the street on their bikes. I'm like, okay, cool. They're going really slow. They're very young. I will go around them. I will swing out and around left side.
This
So-
girl comes straight out in the road.
I swing as far left as I can, and I'm looking at them like, cool, they're not moving. I'm as far left as I can be, cool. So I start fucking with my PS Vita to play music, and then I'm like, whoa! And Paul's like, Tyler, and I'm like, oh my god, did I just kill?
Because
I was like, did I just kill a child?
all.
Did I just literally Roblox a kid? And then I
was not paying attention.
as I get out, I see her like running to her house, and I'm like, okay, she's probably fine, right?
She had hit the side with her bike, like the side of the
She
car.
did the like young kid thing where when you turn your head, when you're a certain age, you don't just turn your head, you turn your whole body.
Turn your whole body.
So she was on the bike,
So
and she just
swerved.
turned into the front of my car.
And that shit was so funny because we had stopped to go apologize to the mom. And she was like, I already told her to stay out of the damn road.
Jesus.
That mom did not give a shit.
Yeah, and I remember when I got out and I was like sweating, and it was like the fucking flashbang from the war movies, like they're just ringing in the ear.
I have never seen someone more terrified.
And then
in
her
my
brother
life.
just goes, I was like, oh my God. And I look over and her brother just goes, she's all right. I was like, oh.
And the whole ride to Chick-fil-A, I was laughing my ass off. And it was when we got to Chick-fil-A that we even realized it was fucking Sunday because we were so stupid. We wanted Chick-fil-A for breakfast. I remember that, or
That's
lunch
true.
or something. And we didn't realize it was fucking Sunday. We got all the way up there, and your mom didn't even tell us because I remember she wanted something too. And we got all the way the fuck up there, and it was Sunday.
That's so bad.
God damn it, man.
All right,
Oh my
Rob, do you have
God.
any other topics that you wanted to hit?
No, I think that was it. No, yeah. We talked about you throwing controllers and the box of liquid. I'm a little sad we didn't get the box of liquid part recorded, but that's okay.
Some liquid.
Yeah, but that's all right.
It sounds like an old 90s
I
commercial.
hope,
Like,
I pray to God you don't still buy a half gallon of anything
Yeah, I
at
do.
all anymore, Rob.
We
He
make
does.
our own sweet tea, by the way, and it is by
Oh,
the gallon. And
he
it,
drinks it out of the pitcher.
Yeah.
Just like takes the top off and drinks it
it
straight
lasts,
out of the pitcher.
2 weeks or so,
2
or whatever.
days.
I don't know, but no, I'm not
Man.
as much of a trash person as I was then.
I am absolutely that trash of a
Yeah,
person.
Paul is absolutely. I don't know if you remember. I think this was maybe 2 episodes ago. I told him that whenever I see a hungry man like frozen dinner in a
I
grocery
still
store,
eat
I think of
Hungry
him.
I still eat them. They're so bad for me, and I just
Just
ate
this
one like
box of
while we were
sodium.
recording.
Dude, I've been eating
Yeah.
really clean for like probably a year or two.
Right.
And so like I had last night, I was like, you know what, dude? I kind of want to have a pizza.
Cheat
I haven't had a
day.
pizza in like a year or something. So I got like a Little Caesars
Oh,
pizza,
I'd die.
cheese, pineapple, and jalapenos, right?
Oh,
Ugh.
And at like 4:30, I was like, oh, I gotta use the bathroom. And it was just like you turned a sink on in Flint, Michigan. It was just
Your
water,
body
like a
said,
super
dude,
soaker.
what the fuck?
Yeah, like I'm used to eating like white rice and tofu and like lentils, and my body's
Dude, I
like,
couldn't do it.
hey, I don't
would
know what this
die.
is. Eject, fucking.
See,
I
what's
would
funny is
fucking
whenever I
die,
get
dude.
like super on to eating more healthy than what I already kind of do, which is not much. I eat like I'd say an average person now. Like I have vegetables, I have fruit, I have just normal just meals. I'm not, McDonald's every day kind of thing.
I think that's the average. Is the sad part.
Is that really? You think so?
I really think so. Yeah.
All right, well, all right, so slightly above average. But if I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do better. I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to do like paleo, or I'm going to do whatever this, that, that.
Ugh.
My body's like, fuck you. You're going to
Yeah,
just
no.
camp out on the toilet.
It's hard. No matter what if you move from one thing to another, you're gonna your body's gonna have
Your
to
body
adjust.
reacts, yeah.
I
It
was
kind of
I-
reminds me of the
I was
very,
vegetarian for 12 years.
Hmm.
I think I went vegetarian
Damn.
shortly after our time together. And then within this last 4 months was the first time in like 11, 12 years that I ate shrimp.
You were like, fuck them shrimp.
I
They're
just
not
kind of, dude,
real.
I just kind of had the revelation that I was like, they probably don't have a conscious experience, anything similar to cats, dogs, cows,
Shrimp,
fucking
yeah, no.
anything else, right?
How do you know? How do you know they don't go to their shrimp wives and shrimp children
Reasonably.
and work at their shrimp jobs with their shrimp cars? And it's like, oh shit, here comes a fucking whale or a fishing boat. You know, like.
I think the only thing that I would eat at this current time is shrimp and scallops. Those are the only things that I think that I can morally eat.
How do you know that shrimp aren't like otters and form like lifelong bonds with their shrimp mates?
If anybody has done more research on this shit, it's fucking me. I promise. Okay. Because I was like, I want to eat fish so bad. And it was like, fish have personalities and they can feel pain and they have lifelong partners. I was like, fuck, I can't eat fish.
The
shrimp.
I've got a coworker of mine that went vegan, or vegetarian, not too long ago. Well, actually, a couple years. But recently he was like, you know what? Fuck chicken. I'm gonna eat all the chicken, and he eats fish.
No.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's really kind of paleo, but
chickens are mean.
Chickens are
So
like
they
bird
deserve
dogs, dude.
Yeah,
Bird
chickens
dogs.
deserve it.
Yeah, man, they're sweet, bro. They'll sit in your lap.
They're
They can
mean.
form emotional bonds. I can't eat chicken.
Dude,
But what
I'll
was
eat
interesting, I
anything.
was actually really scared of like, because I was super fucking drunk the first time I had shrimp in like 11 years. Because I was like, fuck it, bro. They're basically fucking underwater insects. So I just ate a whole bunch of shrimp. And I was like, I'm gonna be on the toilet for a long time. And
he
nothing.
just already knew it.
Nothing.
Dude, if it's got a face and a family, I want to eat it. It's like a power thing, man.
Paul's
it's like
gonna
I'm
eat
top
good
of the
in
food
Uganda,
chain.
let me tell
Fuck you. Sometimes you have to assert your dominance at the top of the food chain. It's like, yeah, you're not going to get one leg up on me there, Foghorn Leghorn. They're not going to do that
Do you guys
today.
think Foghorn Leghorn is racist? Is that a real thing?
No,
I don't think he
I don't-
was. And
I
people are
don't
like,
think
bro,
he
Foghorn
ever-
Leghorn was so racist. And then I went and watched clips and I was
No.
like, what? Because he's saying boy?
When?
That's it?
Yeah.
I don't
So
I think that's-
because he was Southern and like Dixie Southern, so people just they put that visage like on top of racism. It's like, oh, if you're from the South, you're a racist piece of shit. You
he
know,
said boy
so-
and he's from the South. I'm like, wait, he's just saying he's just a rooster, dog.
Dude, I say it sometimes too. It just slips out. I'm just like, fuck, I was raised on a farm. I'm sorry.
What else slips out, Paul? What other words slip out randomly?
Oh man, I tell you, there's a couple.
what exactly
Uh,
would a rooster be racist towards?
Yeah,
Like,
would he be
probably-
racist against?
Probably
I think
ducks.
he was racist against the chicken hawk
Ducks,
that was in the.
chicken hawk. I could
No,
see
no,
chicken
I
hawk,
say
yeah.
boy.
Oh my god, the cats are going nuts.
Well, see, that was the thing too. The only time he really said boy was when he was talking to the child, chicken hawk. It
Yeah,
was the tiny little chicken hawk. It was
Yeah, to
literally
the
a
literal
child.
child boy. Like,
The boy. Yeah. So, because I don't think he ever said it to the dog
Oh.
that I can remember. I watched a lot of fucking Looney Tunes, so I mean,
Believable.
it explains a lot. Well, okay, because it's that thing where Hanna-Barbera was bought out by Turner Media, and they just kept Hanna-Barbera, and then Turner Media had the Warner Brothers thing, and they were like, "Hey, this new Cartoon Network idea that Ted Turner has. Let's just replay all the old cartoons that we've been sitting on for fucking 30 years, and that's what I grew up on because that was that time when Ted Turner started that."
I see. Oh,
Yeah.
I do have to
Fun
kind of wrap it
insider
up because Aaron's gonna murder me here in a second.
Damn it!
I was about to
Uh,
say my girlfriend's
my-
gonna start hitting me if we don't wrap it up soon.
My
So
my hypocrisy thing,
Oh,
I don't think.
my meta hypocrisy thing.
So
Damn it!
put a pin in it. We'll talk about it next week.
I'll write it on a sticky note.
Who
Where's the
knows?
sticky
Maybe we'll
note?
get
Here's one.
Dano on again. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
As long as if we're breaking even, as long as you
Where's
guys
the
don't see a viewer downturn because of this episode,
Dude,
I'll come
even if
back,
we do,
okay?
I don't care. We want you back regardless.
Yeah, we've
Fuck-
already done
fuck
that.
the
We've gone
viewers. I
through
don't
that.
give a shit. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's not their fucking show.
Spoken like
I don't
true
see
content
them joining
creators.
in.
Fuck the
Rob, you
viewers.
can probably hold on. I'll give a few moments of silence. You can probably cut this part out. Do you guys make any money off this yet, or no?
No.
No. Okay, gotcha. I was just curious.
I'm not going to cut it out. That's fine. There are avenues to kind of sort of make some money, but it hasn't it's just there.
We
if
haven't
people use
we
it.
haven't hit the right notes yet.
Yeah,
So
I mean, like we have
because
a
we've
store,
tried to get Dr. Squatch to sponsor us, dude.
Dr. Squatch. But no, like we have a store, like a merch store on the website. You can get like t-shirts and stuff. But
I got the smallest sticky notes.
Paul, please keep your autism in check for 5 minutes. Let Rob talk.
I
God
can't.
damn.
I'm trying to make a note for the next
Well,
episode.
fucking do
They're
it
so
silently.
Tiny.
Go ahead.
Suffering
Rob.
silence.
but no, I mean that's really it. And so I mean it's there. And we have a movie on there that we sell for a friend of ours that he's actually going to be on. Paul, I didn't tell you this, I don't think. Marcus.
I think you told me he was going to be at some point.
Oh yeah, he'll be on
Yeah.
the next like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. He's got
That's
another
fine.
movie coming out, but we're
I
selling a
don't mind
digital
pimping
copy
for
of
Marcus.
it through the store for him. And we get a little bit from that, but nobody's bought it yet, so it's all good.
If you guys
Yeah,
start,
and then-
if you guys start creeping into like 100 viewers, or not viewers, listeners, then you should definitely go video. I think.
So
Paul
Yeah,
won't
well-
do
Paul's
I'll
gonna
have to
have
wear,
to
like-
fucking do video if you
I
guys
know.
have
Wear a
100
mask.
listeners. Okay.
I keep
it's
trying
fine.
to tell them that.
So and then the other thing is I've been way too lazy with the merch stuff and not drawing anything, because I get ADHD and I want to draw something else. It also doesn't help that I just lost hundreds of files
Yeah.
on my laptop.
His cat decided to pour
Drop an
juice
entire cup
on
of
his
juice
computer.
on my fucking laptop.
But yeah. So there's that.
I pulled the SSD out, but the fucking thing I've got to get the information off of it is not working properly. So
Fun times. Paul will inevitably find a way to break everything that has a power button.
yes,
But then find some way to recover somehow. I don't know
I
how he does
always
it because
bounce
he
back.
has 2 pennies to his name. But
Yes.
then he'll just pop up with a new PC and everything's fine.
Yeah, I got a new PC. It's really great.
Rob, listen,
I gotta-
we have to wrap it up. I have to pee so bad. Please,
Yeah.
I'm begging.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
just went pee,
Actually,
I drank a liter of beer, dog.
dog. What about
Yeah.
those hops? They had families and emotional.
Rest in peace. Okay.
Oh my god.
No central nervous system, no empathy. Okay.
there you go.
So you said you play Phasmophobia, by the way. I was thinking about buying that. Is it any good?
Do you know anything about it?
I know it's about like ghost hunting.
Is that the extent of your knowledge about the game?
That is pretty. I've seen very little of like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier play it.
Okay, buy it, play it with someone
Ah.
else who hasn't played it. If you play it with anybody that knows what the game is like, it will be very boring. So it's
Okay.
so the first like
I
month,
noticed it's not very expensive.
the first month
Yeah.
that you play the game is like one of the most unique and exciting and interesting video game experiences you'll ever have in your life, unless you
But then
play
when
it
you
with somebody
learn
that's
it-
played it before.
Yeah. So it's very very similar to our Ghostbusters game we've been playing, Robert. Like once you learn all the patterns and things like that.
It'll be
Kinda.
dude. It will be unbelievably if you immerse yourself. Like if you got the headphones on, the lights off, and you play it with somebody who also you're like, what do we do? And they're like, I don't know. I have no idea what we're doing. Like, dude, it will be one of the best gaming experiences you've ever had in your life. But if you join up with somebody that's like, all right, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna do this,
Damn
this, this, and this, it'll be so boring. It'll be unbelievable.
All right. Well, hit me up about what games you play, all right? Because I've been trying to find more people to play shit with. So
100%. Maybe all of us could run a
'Cause
Pokemon
Robert
Unite.
doesn't-
That'd be so fun.
yes,
You have a Switch, Paul?
Robert is not consistent. Yeah, I have everything.
Okay. All right, bet.
This guy.
Yeah. I'm about to start doing Nuzlocke streams on fucking Twitch. Of course I have a Switch.
I've got
Rob.
I've got a bit of a dad joke for you, Paul.
Yeah? I've got one too.
Oh, you have? I want to hear yours first.
Okay. What do you call a magician who's lost his magic?
Oh my God, what?
Ian.
That was pretty good. That was actually pretty good.
All right.
Yay.
We'll make a little contest. Tyler, you should tell us which one you like between his dad joke and this one.
Okay.
Why did someone upgrade from LGBTQ to LGBTQ plus?
They didn't want ads?
So they could use pronouns rather than standard nouns.
Oh my God.
Pronouns.
Jesus. Oh my
Now
Lord.
streaming on LGBTQ plus.
All right, motherfuckers. I'm gonna go pee. Rob, I'll send you the audio.
Yeah.
Not
oh
in P4.
man, Tyler, this was great.
We'll
Dude, this was
definitely
really
do it
fun.
again.
I would definitely do this again.
Send your friend code and Steam shit and whatever PlayStation shit. Send it on the chat thing.
Okay.
We'll add you.
All right, gentlemen.
All right,
Let me
Paul,
stop
sign
this
us
recording. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, my sign off. I forgot that's a thing. Hold on. Goodbye, everybody.
60 more than 60 episodes when you count the
Dude,
specials, and you forgot.
I forgot. Should I do it
All right.
different? So, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for listening. You can email us at akettleoffishpodcast@gmail.com or call us at 615-933-1855. Hope to catch you next week.